Hello, Otafest listeners, and welcome. It's the Otafest podcast, and featuring the Otafest 2021 event preview. I'm Jay. I'm here with Nancy and Angelo.
Hello.
Wow. Who could have thought?
Who would have thought?
Did you call me a thought?
Yes.
I understand that I breathe, but let's be real.
Before we get too ahead of ourselves here, it's just 3 sleeps till the Otafest Christmas.
Yay!
Tune in to Otafest 2021's live stream event, Saturday, May 22nd from 10 a.m. to midnight MST, where you can chill with our special guests, play along in our panels and game shows, be blown away by our performers, and have yourself a Otafest digital stream style. Thank you to our sponsors Plamod and Costume Shop for all of your support. And of course, we miss you all, but in the interest of having fun and staying safe, we hope you understand, and we genuinely thank you for all of your support. We'll see you this Saturday. It's finally here, 3 days from now.
It's
Holy
finally
shit.
here. Unless you're late to
Gosh.
listen to the podcast.
In that case, it could be anywhere, anytime.
It's
Not
coming
the Saturday
soon.
you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Soon.
It is coming very soon, and we're all very excited.
Yeah. I, for one, will say that, like any other Otafest event, it snuck up on me in the sense that, like, you know, we were planning, we were meeting, we were sending emails, we were doing all the pre-required planning as usual. And then, you know, it's here. A game it's happening. And as always, I'm hoping that we don't screw it up somehow or make any other mistakes.
Here's the reality. Something, somewhere, is going to be screwed up. It's just, will anybody notice?
That is the magic of running a convention, isn't it?
It really is.
The fear never goes away, which is good. It keeps us on our toes.
Keeps us
Speaking of the actual con, our digital event, we're going to go through a quick review of what has been announced in case people needed a refresher, reasons to watch, as if you needed a reason, obviously. But at Otafest 2021, we're going to have everything like we mentioned before: guests, performances, contests, game shows, panels, and video games, and of course, just our crew chilling behind the scenes, doing the dirty works, making everything happen. For guests, we have Erica Lindbeck and Billy Kamitz.
Still super
they're gonna
excited to hear
be
from them.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah. We have a spotlight panel with them, so they're going to be talking about, you know, everything in their profession and some of their fun stories and things like that. Q&A bit of session as well, I believe. And that's a continuation, of course, from our original 2020 announcement, which they were expected to attend, and they've graciously agreed to join us here to, you know, digitally, obviously, but we're hoping to have them in future too. So think of this as just a nice introduction to what we can expect from them in future Otafests.
And Billy's going to be playing some games with us too, which is like
Yes.
a bonus right there.
Yeah, he's doing Smash because he knows how to do the Smash.
Smash?
I'm super
Smash.
excited to see who he's going to go up against because I know we have some avid Smash players at Otafest.
There's a big fighting game community in Alberta in general, so I'm hoping folks really tune in for that and have a chance to play up against, you know, somebody else who is a more famous enthusiast.
People
Is
with
Billy gonna get
uninjured
the
thumbs
frame
should
perfect
definitely
counters? Is,
I don't know.
Is he going to get
Nintendo's-
the perfect
Nintendo's online
Hadokens?
server is pretty laggy.
be. I guess
But
we'll
yeah,
see.
I'm curious to see who he mains as well. So it'll be fun to watch.
Yes, people with uninjured
Um,
thumbs will have a great time.
I bet that
Wait.
he mains Ness.
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
I can see Billy as a Bayonetta main. We also have performances, like we said. So we've got Taiko via Yamana Oto. We've got the 404s doing improv for us in the evening. We've got the May Cafe performing a dance, even though they don't have the cafe going, of course. We have an idol festival, so local groups all around Alberta, I believe, recorded, and they're going to be presenting their performances, obviously, and they've worked very hard on those, I'm sure. And we even have local drag performances, drag queens, drag kings coming in and strutting their stuff. So
Super
that's going to be
exciting.
super sick. I believe we also are setting up a tip system as well. So
Oh, wonderful.
Tip your queens, you know,
Definitely.
Nice you.
support local queens.
And we are also
we-
having a craftsmanship contest this year.
Yes, that's a big one. We actually, no spoilers about anything. This was like something that you had to submit for before the actual show, but we'll be announcing and showing off the contestants and the winners and everything, announcing the winners. But we had applications from literally all over the world
That's so exciting.
because it was digital. So obviously there's a little bit more accessibility. We had ones from like Europe. We had ones from the Philippines, Korea,
Ooh.
of course Canada and the
Damn.
U.S. So like I'm super looking forward to it because they all sort of bring something different to the table from their own cosplay culture, you know, in their respective part of the world. So
Super awesome.
something to look forward to, absolutely. We've got some silly game shows. So we've got Otafest versus Animathon, Family Feud.
Oh boy, that one makes me nervous. It's just like I'm
It's gonna
What if the
get-
I'm
feud
rooting
comes
for
to
home
fists?
team.
Yeah. We're going to get dirty. There's going to be name calling.
Oh,
I'm
oh
sure.
no. Oh no, not the name calling.
Yeah, name calling and general hurting of feelings.
Oh no. No.
I believe Crunchyroll is running Notice Me Senpai, which will be a game show for folks who can. I think we're selecting folks from home, from the audience.
Oh
so
my.
it's not just like a staff-related kind of game. We also have an anime Wheel of Fortune, so that's going to be classic but fun. You know,
Interesting.
I couldn't play that. I don't know enough titles anymore. I'm sure Angelo could play.
Maybe.
Yeah.
My problem is if that they use the English titles, I'll be so lost.
Oh yeah.
That is true. I mean, like whenever we do our anime previews, I choose the English, like the romanization titles, not because we're trying to like. It's just that usually that's what they come out here title wise. Like if you get it on Netflix or Crunchyroll, they'll be using the English title more likely than not. So I want you to know what we're talking about. But if they do use the Japanese one, it would be weird. Or vice versa, depending on what you're more accustomed to.
Yeah. It's
But then
it's
there's
good
just
that when we
messy
do our
titles.
previews we use both. Like we usually say it's called this and then also it's called this.
That's true too, but most of the time, English title, easier on my old brain now.
Man,
Actually, yeah.
I was just thinking about it, and like the one anime, Konosuba, I
Yeah.
actually don't know what either actual title is.
I know because I just recently watched it, but I probably would have forgotten if I'd watched it when it was actually airing.
Like
Right.
the Japanese title's like Konosubarashi,
Kono
Sekai,
Subarashi
something,
Sekai.
something, something.
It's this wonderful
Yeah.
world.
And no, it's like it's God's blessing on this wonderful world or something of that nature.
Oh.
Right.
But everyone just shortens it to Konosuba.
Exactly.
It's true.
So if you call it Konosuba, everyone knows what you're talking about. But that's not
But
the
it could
name.
be the wrong answer.
Maybe.
That's also true. I mean, you could even go with something as simple as Pokemon. Is it Pocket Monsters or is it Pokemon?
And that's the thing. Like anybody who calls Pokemon pocket monsters in this hemisphere kind of deserves a slap upside the head.
Is a
Well, see,
loser.
People are very attached to how
I'm
they
calling
name
names.
things. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, it's what we know it as is Pokemon. He could be all like, "It's a Pocket Monster," and I'd be like, "Or it's just Pokemon."
But is it
and you need to
Doraemon
chill
or is it
and sit there. Ding dong!
Jay's preferred name for
Is
it
it
from his
Beast
childhood?
Wars?
Beast Wars or Beasties?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
yeah. I after the show, I was like doing some research because I was like nostalgia feels, and I dug up some of the Transformer toys that we were talking about on Amazon. It's not worth buying, but
No, it's not.
I was like, it was fun re-looking at some of the old stuff, and I also dug up some like old Jurassic Park toys that I used to have.
Oh, damn.
That was fun too.
Ooh, boy.
I used to have
But
a
yeah.
plush Triceratops. I'm pretty sure it's
Oh.
still in a box at my dad's house somewhere.
That's cute. I had like one of the T-Rexes, I think from the Lost World, that had like the rubbery skin, so it felt more real, and it had the
Oh.
bitey chomp actions, and you had exposed rib for damages.
Right, they
battle
had the
damage.
battle damage on them.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff.
That almost reminds me, do you guys remember the 1999 Godzilla movie?
Yes,
Barely.
I remember specifically. I remember it fondly because I know it's not a great Godzilla movie, but it was a fun movie.
It was fun. I'm glad that you agree with me on that. I had a remote control Godzilla from that.
Nice.
And it had the rubberized skin, and that's why I was just thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just remember friggin'. I don't remember any other movie he's been in since.
There was
but,
one Toho Godzilla movie that he
Matthew
was
Matthew
in.
Broderick.
Oh, Matthew Broderick. I don't know about that.
No, I was like Matthew Broderick is known for several things, but I'm pretty sure Godzilla killed his career.
Yeah.
Woof. Woof.
Look, all I'm saying is I can't think of any other thing that he's been in since. But maybe I just don't pay attention enough to his career. Also, I admit, like I always do, that I don't watch enough things, so people can tell me off later. It's fine.
Well, I'm also not good at keeping track of celebrities, so you could say anything about almost any celebrity, and I would, for a brief second, I would entertain that that's probably true.
I know the name
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick. I had no idea he was in Godzilla 99.
I didn't either. See?
He's
So-
literally the main protag.
The
For
main
all I
protagonist
know-
is Godzilla.
For all I know, it wasn't Matthew Broderick, but someone else. But because Jay said it was, then, cool. Okay.
I'll trust
It
Jay.
is obviously true. Yeah.
So more about these panels.
Going all back. Yes, going back to our events, we've got a couple of panels going along. We have Sonia Blade, who's hosting a sew-along panel. So
for
I believe it'll be
an Edwardian style corset, which is
Yes.
very specific to an era that I am personally invested in, and I really, really need to watch that panel.
Any
I think it's
fan,
going to be legit.
any fan of Kuroshitsuji should be watching that. And
All I'm saying
Kuroshitsuji,
is,
for all of those weebs who don't understand the Japanese titles, I believe was Black Butler. Correct me if I'm wrong.
you win anime Wheel of Fortune. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes.
Please tell me that you are
Yes.
in the Family Feud game, because you would probably stomp.
I'm working that day.
Aw.
Oh, that's super disappointing.
You work, for the record, Angela has worked so many Otafests.
It's true.
I know this for sure.
The
Like,
last
it's part of his
Otafest I was
tradition.
actually at the convention. I came
2018 maybe?
from a night shift.
Oof.
Yeah.
So I worked 12 hours, and then I went straight to Otafest, and then I was just at Otafest.
So
So it's like, yeah, no sleep for me.
Oh, God. My sympathies.
That sounds about right. Sorry, gonna continue on the panels here quickly. We have Coming Out in Cosplay, which is hosted by Fighting Dreamers, which is the cosplay production company out of Vancouver, I believe, and they're going to be talking about LGBTQ representation and integration in the cosplay community, and I think that's going to be super awesome. They've always been very entertaining, and we've had Fighting Dreamers before, I believe, at Otafest. We also have the Gunpla Build Along, hosted by Otafest Gunpla team, and if you missed your chance, unfortunately, to pick up a free Pikachu or Goku kit, we are going to do build-alongs with that team, showing how exactly to make the best of your Pikachu / Goku kit. Or if you got both, Super Saiyan Pikachu. I don't know. Why not?
Why not?
Customize it. We talked about this last show. Customization is the big shit
It's true.
in the community.
It is.
Would
You gotta
Super
do it.
Saiyan Pikachu just be Pikachu in Goku's like uniform in his gi, or would all of his hair, including his tail, be spiky and like flying up?
I think it would be that plus like some weird musculature, because if there's one thing that the Dragon Ball art could not get enough
The
of is
very
like
blocky biceps.
way too. I just want to remind people that Gohan was like 10 or something when he went Super Saiyan 2. Okay, against Cell. Gohan Super Saiyan age is what I'm googling right now. Age. How old was Gohan? Gohan, god damn it. How old was Gohan when he killed? He's either 9 or 10 years old.
Ooh,
If you saw a 10-year-old
that ripped.
approach you, that ripped, you'd be like, this is not right. This is not good, not healthy for you.
This is not
This
cool.
is potentially abuse.
Also, I kind of in my head, I imagine Pikachu also with his little paws. He's got the blue wrist cuffs as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic wrist cuffs.
So even if he's not
But
wearing the gi, he's at least got the
Yeah.
cuffs.
Now,
It is kind of cheating, though, because like all the Super Saiyan auras, most of them have like electric aura, so he already has that. But
So
whatever,
Pikachu's
it's better.
cheating.
It works for the cosplay.
Does.
Now, would his eyes
Sorry.
turn blue like a normal Saiyan, or would his cheeks turn blue, like in Super Smash Bros. 64?
Oh.
I like the cheeks turning blue. I think that would,
that would be really
almost
good.
more pronounced.
Yeah. Yeah. What about both?
I'm down for that.
Maybe both could turn blue.
My God.
I think that would be a little bit much.
Yeah, but what about going Super Saiyan isn't a bit much?
Wait a minute, what was
True.
it? What was Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Pikachu? So he turns all blue. He turns
Oh,
into
God.
Meryl.
He turns into...
He turns into Pika Blue.
No, Pika Blue.
Pika Blue.
The
Blue.
Pika Blue.
My God, how many of you
All right,
guys?
just for you, I have Googled SSGSS Pikachu, and I am whelmed, to say the least. Like it's there's nothing that I love, but it definitely exists.
Yeah, that sounds right.
There's nothing I'm sharing because it's not worth sharing. It exists.
Man,
There's one that definitely is there, and that's all you need to know.
do you guys remember
Y'all can Google it on your own.
on the playground when everyone was like, yeah, if you push the truck, you can get Pika Blue? And everyone was like, no,
Yes.
that's stupid. If you push the
No,
truck,
that
you
was
get
for Mew, you fool.
But then
Yeah.
everyone was adamant about Pika Blue. And then Gold and Silver came out, and there was fucking Meryl in there, and everyone
And
lost their
Meryl
goddamn
is
mind.
absolutely.
Meryl is literally Pika Blue.
absolutely Pika Blue.
Absolutely, 100%.
Meryl.
Anyone who says that Meryl isn't Pika Blue,
dumb.
slap them.
Blind. You will need to replay the game.
And-
I
Angela
should
has
not be
feelings about
advocating
this.
for violence.
No, you shouldn't.
Dude, but Pokemon is basically an analog for like
Religion?
No, arena
No.
fighting.
yeah, like animal fights.
Pokemon is
Coliseums.
violence.
It is. And yet we love it.
And yet.
I love it.
Speaking of Pokemon, new Pokemon Snap will also be covered during our
Yeah,
live
we're
stream.
gonna do a little play along.
Pokemon Snapple.
We have an Among Us play along as well.
Amogus.
We got
Among
some
Us. That's a
Animal
Pokemon.
Crossing New Horizons content.
Yeah, there's a little islandy thing with some stuff that we're gonna keep secret for now.
Yup, sure
But
are.
keep an eye out for a dream code is all I'm saying.
Nice. What's a dream
It's gonna
code?
be fun.
It's a code that you dream of, but not the kind of code you dream of because you are a programmer at heart.
I am. I am a programmer,
And the-
and I do sometimes dream of code, but not this kind of code.
Man, dreaming about
No.
code is the worst.
Dreaming about a compiler that won't compile is the worst.
Yeah.
Nothing debugs. Nothing compiles. It'd be so sad.
so sad.
Yeah. But yeah, that's sort of the event in a nutshell. It is honestly, it's going to be a challenge for us. We've done streaming before. We've obviously done cons before. But putting them together to do something like this where we're getting a lot of content from multiple sources and putting it all together cohesively, you know, let's put it this way. If we become a Fire Fest of our own, where it's not very you could come watch a train wreck too, okay? I'm not saying to expect a train wreck. I think we'll do pretty well actually. But if it is a train wreck, those are fun to watch too.
I'm fairly confident in our tech team because they've all done a lot of streaming.
I'm very confident with them. Yeah.
But if any technical difficulties do happen, I'm very interested to see what we didn't see coming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And of course, there's always the thing that's looming over our heads, which is like the internet's gonna cut out on somebody.
It will be on the person whose panel is happening right now.
So are you saying that we need to develop Otafest bingo sheets and sell them in the merch shop? The merch shop?
No.
It's too late at this point.
I didn't say that.
It's too late at
But
this
I
point.
know that
But we
was
need to
something
sell
we can
merch
distribute
sheets,
in short order.
bingo sheets, through the merch shop to be like, okay, someone's internet cuts out, someone's audio cuts out.
Someone's
It's
computer
true.
needs to be rebooted.
Yep. It'll be good. It'll be either a train wreck or it'll just be super fun. Or it
I'm
could be
banking
both.
on
Who knows?
super fun.
I'm super excited. There's a lot of content. There's going to be so many people speaking. We're going to be seeing a lot of our usual volunteers just like around in the Twitch chat. Like a lot of
And
people are going to
helping
be
out.
participating in Twitch chat, obviously. So I'm also going to
And-
make a little game of trying to guess who's which username.
That would be good. I will say as well, and we say this during regular cons as well, but I'm going to preemptively thank all the folks who have done a lot of work behind the scenes. Because there have been a lot, and there have been new challenges, and we have undertaken new initiatives as well. So, just as always, there's been hours and hours and hours of work and efforts and team building. So, super thank you to everybody who's putting it all together. I've done my bit. I haven't done as much as I have in previous years, but I'll be doing something on the day of, so that'll be fun.
Ooh.
Well, fun as in like seeing the results and being part of the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's kind of where we get it from. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I know both of you also have done a good amount of work, and many others. I don't know if we're doing a credit roll. I don't want to get too deep into that stuff, but like I said, I'm always amazed at how many ways we can sort of adapt and pivot, and again bring in new initiatives, new ways to entertain. So,
Definitely.
and there's definitely at least one thing that I know some people in this podcast have worked on that I'm super excited to see in person, but I can't talk about it because that would be spoiling the surprise.
Is
So
that
many
the thing that
surprises.
people don't know about?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
Yeah.
Specifically,
I've heard about
it's
that
the
thing.
secret. It's a thing that we have no obligation to divulge to the public until the actual event. So
I think people like it.
I hope so.
better learn.
A really
They
good
will.
amount of work went into it.
they really will. I've seen just like the beta of it, and it's really cool.
I'm so
Anyway.
excited.
Yeah. I know it's it's a whole other kind of excitement almost too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hyped for it. You know what I'm not hyped about though?
What?
Gardening?
Friggin' I have work on the day after.
Oh no, you can't even take
and I
the
was just
whole
like, I
weekend
thought
off.
about it. I thought about taking the day off. I really did. But I was just like, maybe because it's digital,
It won't be as bad.
like,
Maybe it won't be
it
as
won't
trying.
be as bad. But I'm really disappointed that I. Why did I let myself be scheduled for work on Sunday? I don't know. You'd think I'd be smarter than that. I've done this con thing for almost 15 years. I think this is either my 13th or 14th year. I should know better. I have there has been at least one Otafest before in my past that I have worked the day after, like on the Monday,
Oof.
the Victoria Day weekend.
Oof.
Just I like, and that was bad. Like my employers were very understanding. My managers were very understanding. They were like, "Oh my God, you're like a zombie." I'm like, "I'm here."
But I'm present.
I
I'm
am
here in
present.
body.
Is that
Exactly.
not enough?
And I'll tell you this
I
right
am
now.
here
That
in
was like
body,
at least
not in
6
soul.
or 7 years ago. I was a younger man then.
Really?
Now
Really?
Now I am nothing but a shambling corpse at pretty much all times. And
Yeah, isn't that
I
the
don't
way
know
it
why I do
goes?
this to myself.
Okay, to
I'm
be
so
to
dumb.
be fair, you and Angelo keep telling me that your schedules are very predictable because they are shift. So
Set.
you know, like you can tell me like 5 years from now if you'll be working an Otafest weekend because it's all mathematical.
Yeah, but I mean, I could ask for like the time off and stuff like that.
You-
That's the
you
thing. I
could.
did not.
And now you can't.
I'm a dummy. I'm not. That's just not. Don't do what I'm doing, kids. Don't hurt yourself.
So Angelo,
I don't think I'm even gonna. That's gonna be the day at work that like everything explodes too. So.
Oh man, I feel bad for
Mhm.
you. Angelo's working the
That's
day
okay.
of, but that doesn't necessarily preclude him from at least being able to tune in every now and again.
I'll
Well,
actually
Angelo's
be
already
on-
done the work.
I'll be on night shifts, so it won't be that big of an issue.
Oh.
Right.
So I'll be like waking up at 2 p.m. I'll be able to tune in, and once
Heck
I get
yeah.
to work, like 7:30ish, I'll be able to tune in again until midnight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just to be clear, just to be specific, I'm fairly certain that Angelo's role is more or less finished.
Yes, I have no
But I'm
day
doing-
of responsibilities.
Yeah. Whereas I'm trying to clarify that I do have day of, and that's why I'm like, hurting
A little bit.
inside.
I
My
also
choices.
have day of responsibilities, but they are not nearly as difficult as the work we've already put in so far.
Yeah. So that's the only thing. But you know what? I'm gonna stop complaining about it because I'm looking forward to the day of. Actually, I think I want to be able to watch the show, and I'm gonna be able to be a part of the production, not on a front-facing end, but that's totally fine because work has to get done, and it'll be really good. Unless I screw up, then I'm gonna cry. But
Man,
actually
isn't it a
gonna miss-
mood that you want something to be done, but then you have to actually do it?
yeah. I mean, Nancy would know.
I don't want to do the thing. I just
I
want the
would.
result.
Well, you gotta something that I know that you wanted to talk about for a while is your garden, and now we finally have good weather for gardening
Got
and weather.
Big
Le
truth.
Jardin. Man, okay, so like 3 weeks ago, we went to Costco for groceries because that's where we usually go. It's like the one place I can get pretty much anything I need to survive. Yes, that means I don't get to have things that I would normally get from like TNT, and also Costco doesn't have things like green onions of all things, so I
What?
kind of just don't have green onions a lot unless I go to TNT and like stock up for the week. Yeah, it's weird.
Green onions as in scallions, or green onions as in green onions?
No,
Or chives?
scallions, like scallion style green
Okay.
onions.
Right.
Anyway, so I can't get those at Costco. Anyway, going off topic. We went to Costco for groceries like 3 weeks ago, and they had beautiful, beautiful hydrangea pots. And I brought home 2. And then the following week, we brought home like 4 different kinds of bulbs for flowers because I saw them on the labels and I thought I would love to have something that colorful and beautiful. And so instead of standing there and going, which one do I want? I picked up 4.
Oh.
Nice.
And so 3 weeks ago, when it was kind of like right before it started getting drizzly and like kind of snowy, but not actually snowy, I planted a whole bunch of them. And one of the types of bulbs I had picked out was lilies. So in this particular case, Costco carries pots that come with topsoil in them already and potting mix. And the bulbs are in there. All you got to do is water them. just add water, like
Right.
your plain just add water package. So I was like, God damn, that's cool. So I picked up 2 of them. One had lilies and the other one had cannas in them. And the lilies came in a little plastic bag that was like placed on top of the soil, and by the time we opened it, they had already started sprouting. So like they've got like these sickly yellow sprouts, so they're trying to get to sunlight, they're trying to get to moisture, but
Right.
they're clearly not getting any because they're like inside a package. So we planted them, and like 2 days of sun, and they were looking amazing.
Yay.
And then a week after we had planted them and been watering them consistently, and they were getting healthier and healthier and greener, and they were sprouting more and more leaves, and they're looking really good right now. But like 4 days ago, a squirrel got in there and just yanked one of them out, beat everything to a pulp on the sidewalk, and then left. Didn't even eat any of it.
That asshole.
I know! I was just so distraught. I was like, you
That's-
wrecked something, and you
know
didn't
what?
even eat it.
That's like I've heard like when people have their cars broken into, but nothing was stolen. They're just like, why?
Why? Why would you do this? Like, it's
I've
just,
had this
it's
problem
an act
before.
of malice.
So I have a Japanese maple that I really like. I picked it up
They're beautiful.
from Canadian Tire like a year and a half ago.
I love Japanese maples. They're gorgeous.
And I liked having it on the deck, on our upper deck, almost all the time last summer, except the squirrels started digging into the soil. Like they would try to dig through the pot to find nuts or whatever the hell they thought was buried in there. And there wasn't anything in there, because obviously there wasn't. But it didn't matter, because they would be knocking it over, they'd be pushing out all the dirt, and it was like, what the hell? So this nice little tree that I had to transplant it to a larger, heavier pot so it wouldn't actually get knocked over. And I have to mostly keep it inside. Every now and then I'll move it outside so it gets more sun, so it can develop its color a little bit more. But yeah, the squirrels are just complete dicks. And in the case of that, like if for a bulb flower, they will eat the bulb sometimes.
yeah, not in this
But
case.
if they don't want to, I guess they don't want to. I don't know.
Well, okay, he like or she, I don't know, but like they took the flower by the stem, and these stems aren't like piddly little stems. They're like
No.
they're like the width of a finger. And it's like they took it, yanked it out, beat the damn thing against the sidewalk and made a huge mess, and then didn't eat any of it. Like it was just, you made a mess. That's what you've done. You've ruined a flower, and that's it. And then you ran off, I guess. Like I was just incensed. Anyway.
I think you've been done dirty.
I've been done dirty, it's true. So now we've been keeping everything in the backyard because the squirrels don't go in the backyard. It's just in the front where all the trees are and where my neighbor's flowers are. I guess they terrorize him too. We had a really long ranting session yesterday when we just sort of like came across each other at our front doors. And he was just like, yeah, so I might just trap him and then just like let him go on a golf course somewhere because he's eating
Mutual-
everything. He eats my tomatoes, eats my berries, eats all of the flowers that I put out. Doesn't actually eat those. He just likes to wreck them.
Mutual hatred
kind of-
for squirrels.
What kind of berries
That's
do you have?
such a neighborly relationship to have.
He's an awesome guy. Like, I've only been living here for a year, but he is an awesome dude. He looks out for when there's ice damage in the backyard. If, like, the drains aren't draining properly, he'll watch out for, like, we watch out for each other when it's raining and it gets kind of iffy outside. Like, last year when we had that giant hailstorm, we rang his doorbell and I texted him when he didn't answer because I was like, dude, our backyards are flooding. Are you home? Can you check your backyard? And yeah, his back basement window well was filling with water. A little bit got in, but at least he got to it fast enough.
Nice.
But like,
What kind of berries do you have?
I don't have berries because I'm terrified
Oh.
to grow something with delectable fruit flesh on it when there are squirrels that are terrorizing just flowers. But my neighbor has strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries.
I want.
They look beautiful. Like I sort of catch glimpses of them through the fence every now and again, but they look lush and beautiful.
Ugh. That reminds me of my uncle's house back in Ontario. He used to have some wild strawberries. but
so
eventually he started cultivating some raspberry plants. But they had orange raspberries.
Ooh.
They were
That's so cool.
absolutely great.
Another great thing is if you ever are out in the, I guess, the woods in BC, usually there's like blackberry bushes, like wild blackberries, that you can totally go and pick. They're amazing.
I'm told
love
that they're
blackberries.
both weeds. Like they both start up as bushes, but they spread
Yeah.
very prolifically,
Yes.
very quickly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could think
But-
of worse things to have as a weed growing in my yard. Like, I
Yeah,
would love a
personally-
strawberry weed.
Yeah, I love raspberries, and they definitely are crawlers, and they sort of get everywhere. But that just means more raspberries for me.
I
so
know.
it's not
Raspberries you can
enough of a
actually
problem.
grow into like a proper bush. Strawberries, on the
true.
other hand, they're more of a vine, and they just stick
Yes.
along the ground.
Actually, we have strawberries going right now in our hydroponic system, so hopefully those turn out.
Nice.
Yeah.
We grew
I
some
hope
peppers
so.
so far.
Have you tried the peppers
So-
yet?
They are very mild, but that's because apparently stress makes peppers hotter, and we have given them too easy of a life.
Oh no,
They
you
are-
are too good of plant parents.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
We are too supportive.
You are.
Apparently, that's a thing.
provide.
Apparently, like
You need
like
you need to go
stress
over to your
produces
peppers.
capsaicin.
You need to give it the good wag of your finger, and you be. I'm so disappointed in you
I have
right now.
I have to
Wait.
be the Asian tiger parent. I have to be like, oh, you think this A- is good enough? It'll never be good enough.
No, A isn't
You
even
know
good
that
enough.
your cousin Jalapeno. I heard that they're becoming a doctor. When are
Ooh.
you going to have kids?
Yeah, when are you going to find a nice person to marry and have kids with?
A nice plant to propagate with.
No,
huh?
but you could also say, I heard that that the other jalapeno on the sister plant next to you has this many Scovilles. I'm waiting.
It's true. Mm-hmm. It's true.
I'm not angry. I'm just really disappointed.
But they're still good for cooking. They're because like just adds like a little bit of the heats, the kicks,
Of
the
course.
baby heat.
I
Do they
like
at
the
least
flavor of
taste-
jalapenos,
Tastes
though.
nice.
I don't like the taste of jalapeno actually.
Jalapenos
I much
do
prefer
not
a habanero.
have a nice
Oh.
flavor. Habanero does have a very nice flavor.
They're very fruity and flowery,
Yeah.
whereas a jalapeno is
It's
kind of
earthy.
acidic.
Yeah,
Like, I
acidic
don't
is
like.
also
I don't
good.
actually.
Jalapenos
Yeah.
taste very green to me.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. That's just the way I would describe the flavor. It's just very green.
And
I
like
do
a
like the way
chipotle,
jalapenos taste.
a chipotle, like a smoked jalapeno.
Mm-hmm.
I actively do not like the flavor of them.
Oh, there are very
I like a
few smoked
jalapeno
things
popper.
that I wouldn't like.
Jalapeno
I like
poppers
the
are
jalapeno
different
poppers.
because you've got the
Yeah.
creaminess of the cream cheese, you got the breading, and that
Yeah, yeah.
plays into
The
the,
frying.
acidic, earthy taste of the jalapeno.
Mm-hmm.
I've had chipotle poppers before. Absolutely disgusting.
Oh dear.
Serrano peppers are way up there for me. I love serranos.
Oh,
I don't
serranos
know
are
if I've had serranos enough to be able to identify them by taste, but now I'm very curious.
Serranos are good, and there's another one I can't think of right now, but they're also really good. I just like, essentially, grilled peppers are way up there for me.
I wonder what a
but
grilled Anaheim
not
pepper
all-
would taste like.
Anaheim peppers are pretty good. I think is an Anaheim pepper the same as a Colorado? We're gonna go down a friggin' rabbit hole here.
I would love to grow some Anaheim peppers in the backyard. For me, an Anaheim pepper is basically a regular bell pepper, but with a little bit of personality.
Personality.
Yeah, like
Love
a bell pepper is 0 Scovilles. There's no capsaicin in it at all. You
Yeah.
get the nice texture of it. If you've got a red bell pepper, you've got the nice sweet taste, and that's great. But otherwise, they're a good
That's the
filler
one.
vegetable.
Shishito peppers are what I was thinking of as well.
Okay.
Wait.
They're amazing.
Is that spelt the same way as the big corporate brand Shiseido?
Shishitos. Shishito.
Nope, it is not.
I don't know the other thing you're talking about. It does not matter. Shishitos are amazing.
Cool.
Especially grilled.
Okay.
Cool.
An Anaheim pepper compared to a bell pepper, you do have like a minimum capsaicin quantity. Like it's 500 Scovilles, which is like completely nothing. Anyone can take that. They're not a spicy pepper, but at least there's something there. But what's really nice about them, they have almost like a smoky flavor to them. And it just adds a lot to anything that you cook with them.
But yeah, peppers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if I've talked about it before. But yeah, like in the same realm of like we're talking about gardening and stuff. My best friendo roommate, Bayfar, has been working on his hydroponic plant system. It's been doing pretty well, sometimes too well, because some plants don't really work in it because there's not enough like support structures. Like some plants need like like the metal cages and stuff, so it can sort of be supported by them. But they grow very well because they're just getting like pure nutrients and good water flow. So they grow very quickly.
I imagine cucumbers would do well in hydroponics.
Yeah, basically
Could
anything
be.
hothousey. So like tomatoes, cucumbers, certain kinds of cabbages and lettuce.
Yeah. The only problem with so we have tomatoes going right now as well, but the tomato plant just needs
You
support.
need that
Yeah,
support structure.
you need to put those.
Yeah.
that
Even
little-
in dirt, you need the support.
Yeah.
But the
you
basil
do.
plant that we have is like
A bush.
on steroids.
Oh,
Oh
dear.
my! Oh my God!
It's like it's a thick stemmed boy.
So have you started making pestos with it yet, or?
We haven't done too much with it yet because like I guess we could. There's a lot going on in there and it's sort of in a small area.
Yes.
So harvesting is not always the easiest thing to do. But on the whole, it's nice to have because we could throw, fresh herb and fresh veg into the cook. So it is nice. I would recommend it.
Have you thought of making fresh pizzas on the grill?
We have made fresh pizza, but on cast iron.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But we haven't done it with the ingredients from the garden yet. So we will do that because we have not. Things only really started sprouting about maybe a month ago. So like we haven't had harvestable amounts of everything yet. Shall we say? But we're getting to that point. So yeah, that's a good call.
Exciting.
Yeah. But summer's finally here. It's getting real warm. It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, today
Getting
was
to the
super
point where I
warm.
worry about sleeping. Yep.
Today was
It was
great
windy
for
enough
me.
though, so it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, so for perspective, Saturday evening, I biked into work and it was like 19, 20 around there,
At
and
night?
Right.
it was perfect biking temperature. When I came home in the morning, it was like 10 degrees out, and 1 or 2 degrees more would have been perfect. But even at like 10, I was super comfy riding home. It was very nice.
It is nice to be whenever you're doing any kind of like a little bit of physical exercise or whatever, for the temperature just to be a little bit cooler than your 18 degrees or whatever, like in that 12 to 15 degrees when you're like out running or biking or something like that, just feels
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and I think when you're cycling, you've got that extra
You've got the breeze just
benefit
from
of
moving.
that like self-generated
Yeah.
breeze.
Wind chill.
Exactly.
Chill. So good.
Speaking of weather and tying everything together here, because we're not doing a physical con, we don't have to worry about weather, which is good because the weather looks sort of miserable coming up.
You know, it always
weekend.
snows on Victoria Day long weekend. It's tradition.
We are literally, it's Friday right now, the forecast from this point. Friday is 10 degrees. Not that we're going on Friday, but I'm just pointing out the weekend. Friday is 10 degrees with rain and snow possibilities.
Wow.
I don't know how we're going to get snow at 10 degrees Celsius, but that's what the forecast says.
Well, because
so
like
I'm just
1,000
reporting what the
feet
science
up where
is
the
telling.
snow starts, it's not 10 degrees.
I guess so. And then on Saturday, the actual day of the event, it'll be 10 degrees and cloudy, so also kind of cool. So maybe it's a good day to stay inside and watch your favorite anime con. And then we have Sunday, which is 13 degrees of rain and snow.
So rewatch the VOD of your favorite anime con.
Exactly. It's the only thing that makes sense.
I'm
Why would
so
you do it
excited.
otherwise?
So excited.
So excited.
And it's something new
just
that we haven't done before. So it's like, this is new
sure.
territory. It's a new format. It will still be it'll be even more accessible, hopefully. Because
Than ever before.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to pay a goddamn thing.
You don't even have to put on clothes.
also
if
You
True.
don't even have to out yourself as a weeb.
Yep. This is true.
Unless your Twitch name does for you.
Just as also a reminder, we will be very active on the Twitch chat. So come join and say hi. We'll also have our Discord going. So if you want to join there, and if people want to sort of have their own little side
Discussions.
meetings and little community chats going, by all means, we're going to be happy to see you there. I know it's going to be different, but it's going to feel, hopefully together and the same in that way. I know it's going to be. I'm looking forward to everybody. So thank you. And we'll see you this weekend,
Yes.
May 22nd. 2021.
Oh.
Saturday.
Otafest, a live streamed event.
The live streamed event. And with that, thank you for listening. And
Good
we'll
night.
see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.